This first clip that you're about to see comes from the YouTube channel JJKicks651 owned by Jacob Johnson. He was jolted awake in the middle of the night by strange noises echoing through his home. Gripped by fear, he began recording, and what he captured is nothing short of chilling.
Okay guys, I just saw these metals. Look, do you see that? Oh my gosh. What in the world? Oh. What? There's the metals again. That door just opened by itself. My house is haunted. Seriously.
Without any warning, objects throughout the room start shifting and moving on their own. Not just one item, but several, as though stirred by an unseen force sweeping through the space. The sheer amount of paranormal activity unfolding is intense, and Jacob later described an icy, suffocating chill settling over the room as it all happened. But as chilling as moving objects in the dead of night might be, in this next video, an entire hospital cafeteria became the stage for something just as unsettling. This next video was uploaded to YouTube by Jason Crumby back in 2010, after he set out to investigate reports of strange activity at Memorial Hospital. For months, staff had whispered about unsettling sightings in the cafeteria. Several witnesses claimed to have seen the ghost of a young girl sprinting through the empty dining space late at night, long after hours. Intrigued by the repeated accounts, Jason decided to visit the hospital's cafeteria himself, hoping to capture evidence of the mysterious figure. Armed with nothing more than his camera, he began filming, uncertain if the stories were real. What he recorded, however, left him stunned.
Alright, we're at Subway at Memorial Hospital, and there's been reports of ghost activity. Maybe we'll get lucky and capture a ghost. It's the ghost of a little girl. Oh my god, there she was!
Out of nowhere, a small figure suddenly dashes across the frame, moving swiftly through the cafeteria, exactly as hospital staff had described. Jason gasps in disbelief, whispering that he had just seen her. Though the apparition appears for only a split second, it was enough to convince him he had caught something truly paranormal. He uploaded the footage under the title "Ghost at Hospital Cafeteria." But what do you think Jason captured that day? Was it truly the restless spirit of a little girl, or something with a far more ordinary explanation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And while Jason's footage showed only a fleeting glimpse of a spirit with no clear answers, this next story carries a heartbreaking backstory that makes the encounter far more personal. The video was shared by Reddit user life_patience_6751, and while the footage itself is already unsettling, it's the heartbreaking story behind it that makes it truly haunting. Just days before the recording, their close friend Dylan tragically passed away in a sudden accident. Dylan had been planning to visit the couple for the man's birthday, a gathering everyone was looking forward to. That visit, however, would never come. The man's girlfriend was the last person to see Dylan alive, visiting him in the hospital shortly before he passed. And then, while she was away at her mother's house, her boyfriend was left alone in the apartment. That's when something unexplainable began to happen.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. All right. All right. That. Do it again. Do it again. Shadow? Shadow? What is it?
The bedroom door starts opening and closing by itself. Nervously, the man begins addressing the empty space, asking, "Do it again." To his shock, the door responds, slowly creaking wider as if obeying. He calls out once more, and again the door moves, swinging back and forth as though answering his requests. Even the cat seems transfixed, staring intently at the doorway, its body tense with awareness. Many viewers believe this was Dylan's spirit, keeping the promise he never got to fulfill in life, showing up in the apartment one final time. Others argue it could be nothing more than airflow from open windows. But with the grief still raw and the timing so uncanny, the moment carries an emotional weight that lingers long after watching. So what do you think? Was this Dylan returning to visit his friends in spirit? Or was it simply coincidence at the most fragile of times? That encounter seemed tied to love and memory. This next one, however, feels tied only to darkness. This clip was uploaded to Instagram by para_nod_normal. It's security footage from a quiet back alley, showing a group of kids taking bikes. At first, nothing seems unusual, until one of the children heads back for another bike. In the background, something truly strange unfolds. A pair of shadowy legs can be seen walking across the frame to the right, their form faint yet unmistakable. Moments later, the same dark figure reappears, this time reaching out toward the boy, prompting him to turn around as if sensing something was there. The shadowy presence returns once more before the footage cuts off abruptly, leaving viewers unsettled and full of questions. Many people believe this could be a genuine shadow person sighting. Paranormal investigators describe shadow people as mysterious entities that lurk at the edges of our world. Some claim they're lost souls, while others theorize they might be interdimensional beings, or even something alien. Whatever their origin, reports of these figures come from all over the world. People describe seeing the same shadowy shapes with eerie consistency, especially during bouts of insomnia or sleep paralysis, when dark silhouettes seem to hover at the edge of their vision. So, are these shadowy entities real? With thousands of testimonies and countless videos claiming to show them, it's hard not to wonder what might be watching when the lights go out. And while many take comfort in the old superstition that you're safe under a blanket, clips like this one make you question if that's really true. But spirits don't just appear in dark alleys. Sometimes they show up during life's happiest celebrations. Just as in this next video where Maria Martin was celebrating her friend's birthday when something strange happened, an eerie moment she believes could be linked to a ghost. Everyone had gathered around the cake, waiting for the birthday girl to blow out the candles, but instead of a cheerful tradition, the scene took a chilling turn. Before the birthday girl could even lean in, the candles suddenly all went out at once. Maria quickly panned her camera across the table, showing that other candles nearby were still burning steadily. Somehow, only the birthday candles had been extinguished. After uploading the unsettling clip to social media, Maria's followers demanded more details, so she shared an update.
Ayer subí un vídeo con mi amigo en el cumpleaños de una de ellas, en el cual se apagan las velas de manera un poco misteriosa, sin que nadie esté soplando o nadie esté cerca. Aquí tenéis el vídeo a cámara súper lenta por si alguien ve algo más que nosotros no veamos, que sea más experto sobre la dirección del fuego que puede haber pasado. Realmente ella no estaba soplando y es que en la dirección en la que vemos que viene no había nadie, porque es que el resto estábamos detrás cantándole. O sea, no sé, nos quedamos todos porque ya veis las siguientes reacciones.
Some viewers suggested the sudden extinguishing could have been caused by a ghost. Others weren't so sure, and so the question remains, just how did those candles go out on their own? So what do you think? Was it merely a coincidence, or did something unseen join the celebration that night? Let me know your thoughts. And just as Maria's party took a chilling turn, this next photo shows how the past can return in the most unexpected way. The photo was first shared on a ghost investigation forum, along with a chilling personal account. Late one night, Michelle was cleaning her fish tank when she suddenly noticed someone standing in the next room. Assuming it was her husband, she casually asked, "What's the matter, dear? Can't sleep?" But when she turned for a proper look, her entire body froze. What she saw nearly made her collapse. In the dim light stood the unmistakable outline of her ex-husband, a man who had passed away from cancer several years earlier. Shocked and terrified, Michelle squeezed her eyes shut. When she dared to open them again, the figure had vanished. Trembling, she rushed upstairs to wake her husband, who reassured her it must have been her imagination. Weeks later, Michelle's in-laws came to visit. She snapped a few casual photos during their stay, but when she reviewed the images later that night, her blood ran cold. Behind her mother-in-law, in the corner of the room, a shadowy figure loomed, eerily similar to the apparition she had already seen. So what exactly did Michelle capture on camera? Was it truly the spirit of her late ex-husband returning in shadow form? Take a look and decide for yourself. Michelle's encounter was tied to someone she once knew, but this next sighting comes with no name, no face, and no explanation, only fear. The video was shared on social media by user bit6737 and comes from a night shift security guard. At around 2:15 a.m., while making his usual patrol, he received a radio call from the CCTV operators. They reported that a mysterious figure had been detected outside the company building and asked him to investigate. When he arrived, the site appeared empty. But just moments later, he witnessed something that left him shaken to his core. The guard leans cautiously over a wall, peering into the darkness beyond. Suddenly, he recoils in horror, crouching low to hide behind the barrier as though something terrifying is right on the other side. Moments later, a disturbing sight emerges. A pair of legs, sprinting along the edge of the property. What makes this even stranger is the direction it came from. The figure wasn't running from another path or building, it appeared to come straight out of the lake. At 2:15 in the morning, something ran from the dark waters toward the security guard's position. Completely unnerved, the guard abandoned his patrol and rushed back inside the building, too terrified to return. So what could this figure have been? If it was just a person, why did a trained security guard react with such visible fear? And what exactly was lurking in the waters that night? And if a shadow rising from the lake wasn't enough, imagine inviting terror in through your own television. This footage was shared by the TikTok account elcesar.torres1 and captures two friends who were expecting nothing more than a cozy movie night at home. They had settled in to watch a horror film, ready for a few scripted scares on the screen. But what began as harmless entertainment quickly spiraled into something far more unsettling.
Oigan amigos, estábamos aquí viendo una película de terror y se están empezando a escuchar ruidos en la casa. Te juro que neta, en serio. Ponle pausa. Pausa. Alexa. Mute. Alexa. Mute. Pausa. Ay, ¿por qué no se pausó? What the fuck? Matrix. Se los juro, ¿qué pedo? Bien. ¿Sí lo grabaste? Sí, creo que sí quedó grabado. Es que estábamos aquí en la casa, estábamos viendo una película ya para... literal, ya para dormir. No mames. O sea, nosotros siempre tenemos la puerta abierta porque aquí hace un calor horrible, por eso.
As the girls watch TV, an unexpected sound startled them. One of them tries to pause the movie using Alexa, but the command doesn't work. Moments later, the soft jingling of something metallic drifts through the room, followed by a door slamming shut, instantly ramping up their anxiety. But this is only the beginning.
No, eso fue en mi cuarto. Yo se había calmado. Oigan, ya no habíamos escuchado nada. Y... No mames, te juro que no estamos esperando a nadie. No. Oigan, y es que estamos completamente solas, o sea, vivimos aquí. Se están escuchando cosas allá en la parte del baño. Se sigue moviendo. ¿Qué pedo? Leslie. No, Leslie, estamos solas, no mames. Perdón. Es que se están escuchando cosas.
A sudden deafening bang shocks the girls, who are already on edge. Shuffling noises follow, as if someone unseen is moving around the house, and then comes a distinct knocking. Their reactions appear raw and genuine, fear spilling out as the noises grow closer.
No. ¿Qué hacemos? Hay que hablarle a César, ¿no? ¿Tiene su número? Márcale. Ay, acompáñame a mi cuarto. Es que se sigue moviendo esa cosa. No, vente, no, vente. Vean. Hay que hablarle a César.
The disturbances continue, echoing through the home as objects shift and sounds persist. Huddled together, the friends whisper about calling someone for help, but neither can imagine who would believe what's happening. Some people believe that watching horror films can attract negative energy or even open unseen doorways to the supernatural. Whether that's true or not, these two friends experienced something genuinely terrifying that night, and their reactions speak volumes. After uploading the footage, viewers debated what could have caused the disturbances. Was it all coincidence, or did their horror movie invite something unwelcome into their home? But not every haunting needs a movie to set it in motion. In this next clip, the terror begins with footsteps echoing through the darkness. The clip was uploaded to social media by Shireen Ann after she experienced something truly terrifying. Alone in her home late at night, she was suddenly disturbed by the unmistakable sound of footsteps echoing through the space. At first, Shireen brushed it off, assuming the noise was coming from a neighbor's house. But as the sound persisted and grew louder, heavier, as if someone was walking inside her own home, her unease turned to fear. Summoning her courage, she searched the house for an intruder, but found nothing. Despite the relentless footsteps, there was no one there. That night became a sleepless ordeal, the noises continuing until morning. But when dawn broke, Shireen made a horrifying discovery. Reviewing the footage she had recorded, she noticed something she hadn't seen before. A dark figure standing in the doorway of her bedroom. She hadn't been aware of it at the time, but on camera the shadow is clearly visible. Now convinced that this presence was behind the footsteps that tormented her all night, Shireen shared the clip online in hopes of answers. Viewers were quick to speculate, with some claiming the figure resembles the ghost of a child. But what it was doing in Shireen's home, and why it made its presence known that night, remains an unsettling mystery. So what do you think? Was this truly a spirit caught on camera? Or is there another explanation hiding in the shadows? And while Shireen endured one sleepless night, this next haunting has driven out tenant after tenant, each leaving long before their lease was up. On June 8, 2025, TikTok user Saritao86 was sent by a realtor to clean a property. Strangely, she often finds herself called back to this particular house. The realtor explained that tenants never seem to last long. Contracts are broken within weeks of moving in, though the reason is never disclosed. Late one night, after the most recent tenants had moved out, she was cleaning the home alone when her camera captured something unsettling.
Esta casa se ha limpiado muchísimas veces porque la gente no dura rentando. Rompe el contrato por una u otra cosa y tuvimos que venirla a limpiar el día de hoy porque ya mañana se van a mover. Se las quiero enseñar. Lo raro es que dice el realtor que no dura la gente. Esta casa se ha limpiado muchísimas veces porque rompe el contrato a la gente. Ay, no mames. Ya es noche. Estoy sola. Chingados, está ahí. No hay nada. Esta pinche casa la han rentado un chingo de veces. Y no sé por qué rompe el contrato la gente. Ay, no, déjenme regresar, sí, porque me dio cosas esa pinche puerta.
A door creaks open by itself, yet no one is there. Trying to brush it off, she continues walking through the house, but the atmosphere only grows heavier as she approaches a darkened room.
¿Te imaginas? Para que la gente rompa el contrato acá, es porque de plano no aguantan a vivir aquí. Y ahorita les voy a enseñar lo demás para allá. Déjenme prender la luz. ¿Dónde está la luz acá? Chingada madre. Ahí está. Ok, ahorita les voy a enseñar. Esta es una recámara. Se está poniendo ahorita tenso. Entonces, el señor dice que ya van varias familias que rompen el contrato.
Soon, more noises echo through the property, drawing her toward the source. She takes a deep breath and decides to investigate, but what she records is far more chilling than expected.
Iba a dejar grabando, pero la neta ya me está dando cosa. Se escucha el ruido por acá. No sé qué sea. Escucha mucho ruido. Yo creo que me voy a tener que ir.
As she steps closer to the shadowed room, a dark figure appears to be lurking in the corner. Terrified, she hesitates at the doorway, already reaching her breaking point. She refuses to step inside.
Tengo que ir a apagar la luz de ella porque se está poniendo ya. Ay, no. Creo que me voy a regresar mañana mejor. Yo me voy a la chica. Esa pinche luz, la de acá la tengo que apagar.
Moments later, another door swings open on its own. That's enough for her. Overcome with fear, she rushes out of the house. After experiencing the dread of being alone there, she finally understands why so many tenants abandon the property early. Whether the realtor admits it or not, the house seems deeply haunted. So what do you think? Is this home plagued by something supernatural, or is there another explanation behind the constant churn of tenants? With that question lingering, we move on to the next, where a haunting presence was captured outside a hotel with a dark past. This unsettling photo was shared by Josh Nemo Fernald. About 6 years ago, Josh and his friends were staying at a hotel in the Detroit metro area when another friend arrived to meet them. To let the group know he had just pulled up, the visitor snapped a quick photo of the hotel's front entrance. At first, no one thought much of it, but when they looked closer, something disturbing came to light. In the image, a shadowy figure can be seen, a tall, dark form with a broad torso and oddly bent short legs. Some say it even looks like the figure is wearing a hat, yet what makes it so unnerving is that the entire shape seems drained of light, as if it were a void rather than a person. What makes the discovery even stranger is that, at the time the photo was taken, There was reportedly no one standing in front of the hotel. Adding to the unease, the property itself has a dark history, with numerous deaths reported on site, including several overdoses and even a murder. So what are we really seeing in this image? Could this be the lingering presence of someone whose life ended tragically on these grounds? Take a closer look and decide for yourself. And just as one figure was caught on camera in Detroit, in this next clip, a team of investigators in Thailand captures something even more disturbing. Gangkwa P is a YouTube channel based in Thailand, where a team of paranormal investigators travels across Southeast Asia searching for proof that ghosts are real. In this episode, they turn their attention to an abandoned property long surrounded by unsettling rumors. Locals insist the area is plagued by restless spirits, and one particular shack has a reputation for being the heart of the activity. Determined to uncover the truth, the team ventures inside.
The
surrounding jungle is thick and suffocating, its overgrowth pressing in on all sides. The shack itself is eerily silent, but at first, nothing out of the ordinary occurs. Hoping to provoke a response, the investigators set up a small makeshift altar, placing an offering meant to draw out any nearby spirits. It seems the offering works, as things quickly take a turn for the worse. Rewatching the footage in slow motion reveals the chilling sight. A dark human-like figure crawls up the wall before vanishing through the roof. Metallic clunking noises echo above, as if something heavy scurries across the structure. Panicked, the team bolts outside, struggling to comprehend what they've just witnessed. After regaining their composure, they cautiously step back into the shack, only to find nothing. No figure, no evidence, not even a trace of what caused the sound. So could the villagers be right? Is this derelict shack truly home to something beyond our understanding? Take another look and decide for yourself. But while the investigators could leave the jungle behind, in this last clip, a family finds themselves trapped inside a haunting they can't escape. In May 2022, mother of two Jessica Catanese shared a clip to TikTok that seemed to capture something lurking inside her family's home. The video quickly went viral, confirming Jessica's long-held suspicion that their house might be haunted. Take a look at what's been captured. Jessica and her daughter dance playfully for the camera, and everything seems perfectly normal. But in the background, through the bedroom doorway, a shadowy figure slips past, something that should not have been there. Jessica later confirmed in the comments that she and her daughter were alone at the time. Her husband was out with their dogs, which means no one should have been moving in the back room. But this wasn't the first strange occurrence. From the moment the family moved in, Jessica sensed something was wrong. The kitchen floor suddenly became unusually hot, forcing builders to replace it entirely, though they couldn't explain what caused the heat. Over time, more unsettling events followed: shadows, doors opening and closing on their own, and lights flickering as if controlled by unseen hands. In another video, Jessica explains that her toddler has begun talking to an invisible friend.
Is that a rhino?
No, it's Jessica.
Where's Jessica?
It's with you.
Go say hi to Jessica.
The toddler began speaking to an invisible friend, one who insisted its name was also Jessica, but described it as a shadow. Even more disturbing, the toddler would only talk to this shadow down the hallway. Spurred by fear, Jessica researched the property and learned that many of the military homes in the area had been built over an old cemetery. And the strange activity didn't stop there. Their Ring security camera captured more eerie footage of shadows moving through the hallway, even when the home was empty. In another update, Jessica revealed that shortly after moving in, she suddenly fainted, something that had never happened to her before.
About a month ago,
I was on the couch and I just passed out. Never in my life have I ever done anything like that before, and thank God my husband was home.
The Ring system also recorded their front door swinging open on its own, despite Jessica and her husband locking it every morning. Once again, Jessica claims no one was home when this was captured. With the activity growing more alarming, the family sought answers. A pest inspector combed through the entire property, but found no trace of animals or insects that might explain the noises or shadows. A priest was later invited to bless the home, spending several hours with the family, offering prayers and guidance as they prepared to leave. But leaving has proven far from simple. Jessica says every attempt to organize the move has been plagued by setbacks. Illnesses, delays, and strange obstacles that make it feel as though something is keeping them there.
My toddler, my baby, and my husband are all super sick. So now we can't get the house blessed and we can't move out.
Thousands of viewers have rallied around the family, warning them to be cautious. Some even suggested that whatever is haunting the home might be deliberately keeping the family sick to prevent their escape. With so many chilling videos and a growing list of eerie experiences, this story has left viewers divided. Is this family truly living inside a haunted house? Or is there another explanation lurking in the shadows? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now that was all for today, folks. If you enjoyed these horrifying clips, click to see more on the video on screen.